We're here for the Twinkl Phonics Printed Resources Showcase. So just to introduce myself, I'm Simon. I am the product owner for Twinkl Phonics. So before joining Twinkl, I spent 10 years teaching early years and Key Stage 1. So teaching phonics on a daily basis. And I've been with Twinkl for 3 years now, working on the phonics product as a content editor and then as product owner. So really enjoy working with the team, and more than happy to answer questions about what we've got today. So today's session, quick look at what today's the aims of today's session are. So we're looking in particular at our printed and physical phonics resources. So I have with me a box of resources that has arrived at my house today. I'm going to open the box and we'll have a look at what the resources are that I've received. We'll have a quick look at what those are in the various bundles that we offer. We're also going to have a look at how you can use these in your phonics lessons, whether those are in home learning, home education kind of situation, or whether those are in school. We're going to talk about how you can get hold of your own, and then there'll be some time at the end for any questions. So without further ado, I will crack on and we'll have a look at what's in the box. So I'm going to switch a little bit between the presentation and my camera. So what you can do if you want to see both on the screen is if you hover over the camera where you can see me, there's a pin icon, and if you pin myself to the screen, you should be able to see me as well as the presentation. But feel free to do that as and when if you'd like to see in more detail what's in the box. So yeah, so this is my box of Twinkl resources that arrived today. And everything that's in the box is currently available in the Twinkl store. And we will talk a little bit more about how you can place those orders a bit later today. So it's got some packing materials, obviously keep that nice and safe. Right, so in the box we've got, this is our EYFS bundle, a selection of flashcards and other resources particularly for use in EYFS. So that includes level 2, level 3 and level 4 resources. Okay, this is my Key Stage 1 bundle. So this includes a number of resources for use in Key Stage 1. So that's got some level 5 and level 6 resources. Next is so I've got my Code Breakers Key Stage 2 intervention resources here. So this is the level 5 and 6 intervention bundle. So my Code Breakers resources are designed for Key Stage 2 intervention programs. All of the lesson plans and other resources are on site that you can find, but all of the flashcards and things, we'll have a look at what comes in the physical pack in just a moment. So that was my Key Stage 2 intervention for level 5 and 6. This is my Code Breakers Key Stage 2 intervention for levels 2 to 4. So those come in 2 separate different packs. Then I've got my this is my assessment pack. So I've got the level 2 to level 4 phonics, Twinkl Phonics assessment pack. I've got my Twinkl Phonics assessment pack for level 5 and 6. And then I've also got a selection of phonics workbooks. So phonics workbooks, I've got my level 2 phonics workbook. Now level 3 comes as 2 workbooks. So I've got one for weeks 1 to 6, and the other one is for weeks 7 to 12. My level 4 workbook. So these workbooks would typically be used in an early years classroom, levels 2, 3 and 4. Then I've got my level 5 workbooks. So these would typically be used in year 1. So I've got level 5 weeks 1 to 10, level 5 weeks 11 to 20, and weeks 21 to 30. Those come as 3 separate books. And then I've got level 6 as well. So level 6 typically will be taught in year 2. So I've got a weeks 1 to 10, weeks 11 to 20, and weeks 21 to 30. So all of those in my box Well, now out of my box. Oh, and I have got one other thing actually down here. So particularly excited about these guys. Now, these weren't in the same box. These came previously. These are my Kit and Sam soft toy dolls. So these have just now, I've spoken to someone in our merchandising team, and these have just touched down with our fulfillment partners. So they will be sending out now this week. If you've placed a pre-order for these, they should be on their way to you now. So we can have a bit of a closer look at these guys a little bit later on in the meeting. So let's have a quick look at what each of these bundles includes. Okay, so going to have to work backwards now because I've stacked this up upside down. Okay, so first of all, my EYFS bundle. So the EYFS bundle comes with double-sided mnemonic flashcards in A5 size. So it includes level 2 and level 3 mnemonic flashcards. Now, there are no level 4 mnemonic flashcards, as level 4 doesn't have its own new mnemonics, but we do have tricky words for level 4 as well. So all of those that you'd need to teach level 2 and 3 and 4. So here are my level 2 mnemonic flashcards. Those are nice 5 size, nice chunky, good quality cards. They've got the letter and then the letter on the front and the mnemonic image on the back. And then I've got my tricky words as well for level 2. So these are all wrapped. So once you get into them, you know, they'll be nice and safely packaged within there. Then for my level 3, I've got my level 3 also mnemonic flashcards. So those come in that same A5 size and level 3 tricky words. Those are not double-sided. Those are blank on the back. And then level 4 tricky words as well. So if I open one of these up so we can have a look at the cards themselves. There's one that's a little bit. There we go. I have to get my scissors that I've just buried. There we go. So yes, there's a complete set of level 2. All of the GPCs that are taught in level 2 has its own mnemonic flashcard with the letter on one side and the mnemonic on the back. That's my early years. Oh, and then I've got one more thing at the bottom here of my early years bundle. No, 2 more things. So I've also got my sound mats. So this is a class set of sound mats. So we've done these as a set of 30. So for the typical classroom, you have 30 of these. So should be 1 for each pupil. Now these come with all of the mnemonics and GPCs for level 2 and level 3 combined into one sound mat. And there's a class set of 30 of those. Those are just one single-sided. And then at the last thing I've got in here is now these are my A4 mnemonic posters with letter formation rhymes. So these are a fantastic tool. They've got the actual wording of the mnemonic at the bottom there. They've got the image of the mnemonic with the letter transposed over it. So you can use these. These are nice A4 size. So these are great to use as a display. They can go up onto your phonics display, perhaps in corridor, somewhere that children can use them as. Then they make a nice interactive display as well. It might be that you want to add to your wall as the children start to learn the sounds. They can kind of build up the display. It also can be something where you put them temporarily so that they can come down as and when you need them and back on the wall. So the children really understand that they're a dynamic part of their learning, that they go up and they go back down. They're not just wallpaper. They're something interactive that's an important part of their learning. So yeah, there's a complete set, all of the mnemonics in level 2 and also level 3. And those are a nice quality card, A4 size. So that's my EYFS bundle. So as you can see on the screen, everything that's included in the set, that is £48 on our store. And I'm going to tell you this on every slide because I think it's really important. Shipping in the United Kingdom is free through our store or through our schools team. So that is the cost, including packaging and shipping to you. So that's my early years EYFS bundle. Let's have a look at the next. So next we've got our Key Stage 1 bundle. So here's my Key Stage 1 bundle. So in the Key Stage 1 bundle, similarly to the EYFS bundle, I've got nice big A5 sized flashcards. So those have got the mnemonic with the letter on the front and they've got the letter on the front and the mnemonic image on the back. They're all color coded by the level, so you can tell them straight away which is which. You've got your level 5 ones in the yellow, level 6 ones in that teal color. And again, those are nice high quality A5 cards. And then there are a lot of common exception word cards that go with level 5 and 6. So these are all included in a pack here. So these ones are a little bit smaller. They're a A6 size, kind of business card sized card. And they're one-sided tricky word cards. Sorry, one-sided common exception words as they are in level 5 and 6. So you can use those for, you might use those in the lessons themselves for part of your revisit and review. You might use them for games, like you might use them in a bingo game or a card matching game. Children could use those to revisit, review. They might use those with another adult to practice them later after the lesson for consolidation. All sorts of ways you could use them. You can use them in your independent writing. If you know children are working with a particular word, you might put some of the cards out at the table for them to find the correct word while they're working with it. And so, yeah, so those are the level 6 and the level 5 common exception words. So also in my Key Stage 1 bundle, I've got sound mats as well. Now the sound mats for the Key Stage 1 bundle come then with the early years bundle, those come as a combined level 2 and level 3 sound mat with both sets of sounds. The Key Stage 1 bundle includes separate level 6 and level 5 sound mats. So you'll have 30 of each of these. So typically, if you have a class of year 2s working on level 6 and a class of year 1 children working on level 5, you'd have a complete class set for each of those classes to cover level 6 and level 5 throughout Key Stage 1. So that is my Key Stage 1 bundle. That also is £48 from our store. And once again, postage and packaging is included in the price within the United Kingdom. Okay, so next I've got the Key Stage 2 Code Breakers intervention packs. Now, if you're not familiar with our Code Breakers interventions, so these are parts of a complete program of intervention for children in Key Stage 2. So all the illustrations and images on them are in a Key Stage 2 style. They're a little bit more detailed, themed for children that are a bit older. Perhaps they've done phonics throughout Key Stage 1 and still have gaps or still need to revisit some of that the phonics learning. So they're carrying on with phonics intervention in in Key Stage 2. So we have a set of resources to accompany these on our website with all the planning, games, everything that you need to deliver those interventions, and the set of flashcards to go with them. So the flashcards, the intervention bundle for Code Breakers. So this first one is for levels 2 to 4. So I've got tricky word cards for levels 2 and 3 and 4, and as you can see, the styling, the graphic style of these is a bit different because it goes to match with the sort of gadget spy style that we have in Code Breakers. So they don't look exactly the same as the ones that the children would have used in Key Stage 1. They kind of look like spy tablets. And then we've also got the mnemonics. So the mnemonic flashcards, again, they're also in an A5 style, in A5 size. With the Key Stage 2 style illustrations. I'll just open these up so you can see the cards themselves. Okay, so again, these are on nice A5 card. You've got the letters on the front, the mnemonic on the back, designed to support with your Key Stage 2 interventions. They all match the illustration style that's on all of the resources on site. So yeah, so I've got my letter mnemonics, as well as my tricky words. And again, I've got tricky words for level 4, but I don't have mnemonics for level 4 because there are no new grapheme phoneme correspondences taught in level 4. But I do also have a level 3 mnemonics. So that includes all of the letters and also digraphs that are taught in level 3. So where you would sit with your intervention group and use these to help the children revisit and review the sounds that they've learned or the new sounds that they're learning in that particular lesson. You might not want to have screens with you everywhere, so you've got your flashcards, so everything can work in small groups or in a one-to-one. However you've got your intervention set up. Okay, and then I also have Codebreakers sound mats. So this again is a combined level 2 and level 3 sound mat, but it's specifically made for the Codebreakers intervention as it's in a Key Stage 2 illustrative style. So the picture is a little bit more detailed, a little bit more of a grown-up style of illustration, so that those are appropriate for the children that are in year 3, year 4, a bit older. So that's my level 2 to 4 Codebreakers pack. So that pack is £42. And again, postage within the United Kingdom is free, included in the price. And then I've got my level 5 to 6 Codebreakers intervention pack. There is a bit more in this one, as it's got the common exception word flashcards and mnemonic flashcards for all of level 5 and 6. There are a lot of common exception words in level 5 and 6, so it is quite a chunky pack. So again, we've got we've got mnemonics with the letters on the front. Just take the wrapper off again, so it's not causing a big reflection on your screens. Yeah, so again, so we've got the letter sound on one side, the grapheme on one side, and then you've got the mnemonic on the other side, so that you can use those and turn them over in your teaching. So all of the level 6 mnemonics, and then we've got the level 5 pack as well. And then there's also all of the common exception words taught in level 5 and level 6. Those are in level 6 colors and level 5 colors, so you can tell those apart. So those are the common exception words flashcards, and again, these also come with sound mats. Now the Codebreakers packs don't come with a set of 30 sound mats, they come with a set of 10 sound mats, because these wouldn't typically be taught to a whole class. These would be taught with a smaller intervention group. So these come as a set of 10. That's each of level 5 and level 6, 2 separate sound mats, where the level 2 to 4 is one combined sound mat. You get 2 sets of sound mats for the level 5 and 6. Okay. So yeah, so the level 5 to 6 pack for Codebreakers intervention is £50.40, and that includes shipping within the United Kingdom. Right, I've noticed a couple of questions come up in the chat. I can come back to those at the end. We've got a bit of time set aside for questions at the end, just to kind of keep us moving. So do use the chat feature to keep adding your questions if you've got anything else I can come to when we finish having a look at the resources. Okay, so next I've got my assessment packs. So the Codebreakers and also the assessment packs are brand new this year. These haven't been available before. We listened to what a lot of customers had told us, and they found that the assessment packs were a lot of prep to do. So we thought we'd try and make your lives easier by making these available to purchase pre-made, cut out and ready. So this is the level 2 to 4 assessment pack. So this one has everything that you need to carry out our level 2 assessment, level 3 assessment, or level 4 assessment. Now, at the bottom of the screen, you'll see there is what we call the assessment companion pack. So the flashcards themselves are all that you receive if you order the assessment pack, but you will need some other resources to carry out your assessments, including tracking documents, sheets for the children to work on, sheets for the adult to record on. So those are not included with the printed pack, but we've created a special companion pack that contains everything you need to just download so that you're ready to go with those assessments. So that can be found on Twinkl, on the Twinkl Phonics homepage. If you search for assessment companion packs, you'll find one for level 2 to 4 and one for level 5 to 6. So the level 2 to 4 pack includes, and again, these are color coded, so you can see the level 2 has the level 2 coloring on it. So it includes the tricky words for level 2, as well as focus words, and also GPCs. These don't have the mnemonic on them because they're for assessment. They just have the letters themselves. And then they have the focus words are for children to actually decode. So they're decodable flashcards. The children decode the word as part of the assessment, and then the adult records that. So within the companion pack, it has full instructions and everything that you need to kind of combine with the flashcards in order to carry out your assessments. So those are the level 2 cards. For level 3, there are the grapheme phonemes as well, and then there are also decodable flashcards for level 3 and tricky words for level 3 as well. And for level 4, again, there are no GPCs for level 4 because there are no GPCs taught in level 4, but we have the tricky words and the decodable word flashcards. So you've got everything you need for your level 2, 3, and 4 assessments. And then I've got my level 5 to 6 assessment pack. Sorry, so the level 2 and 3 assessment, the level 2, 3, 4 assessment pack is £36. The level 5 to 6 assessment pack is £48. There are a few more cards in this one, as it includes some other elements. The level 6 cards include, as well as decodable word flashcards, they include contraction flashcards and homophones as part of the assessment that you carry out for level 6. So I've got all of my level 5 tricky words there, and then I've got my level 5. I've got my level 5 GPC cards, and they've got a handy flash on the corner that tells you which weeks that they are for, so that when you're carrying out your assessments, if you carry them out 10 weeks at a time, you'll be able to spot straight away which is weeks 11 to 20, weeks 1 to 10, and weeks 21 to 30. So those are nice and easy to see up in the corner. And then likewise, we've got all the tricky words to go with level 5. And then we've also got decodable word flashcards for level 5 as well. So that is everything you need to carry out your level 5 assessment. Again, by finding the assessment companion pack, you'll find all of the teacher recording sheets, the tracking document, and the child recording sheets as well for the children to write on. And then we've got the level 6 cards here as well. So the level 6 cards include decodable word cards. They include homophone cards. So that's a particular part of the level 6 assessment. And they also include the contraction cards for when the children have learned about using contractions. So that all comes into the level 6 assessment, and everything that you need is there. And again, those are nice A6 size, business card sized card versions of all of those. Fabulous. So that's all of my bundles that are available on the store. We're going to have a quick look in a minute at the workbooks. Give me 2 seconds to have a little sip of water. And we'll have a look at the workbooks. So our pupil workbooks come for every level from level 2 to level 6. So our level 2 workbook, level 2 is one complete workbook. There's 7 weeks worth of teaching in there, and the workbook covers all of that. Now, each workbook has a digital practitioner guidance booklet. So that means that if you open up the front cover, there should be a QR code at the top, which you can scan with your phone, and it will take you, or any device, it'll take you straight to the Twinkl site and to where the practitioner guidance document is. You can download that, and that gives you a digital copy of the teacher guidance. So that includes guidance on how to use the workbooks, as well as things like dictated sentences. One of the activities is where an adult dictates the sentence for the children to write. So that's all included in the practitioner guidance through the digital code. So yeah, the workbooks, we've made some changes. If you had our workbooks previously, these are a bit more lightweight, so that they're not quite so big and heavy for the children to hold. They do stay open. We had previously, the spine on them was different, so they were hard for the children to keep open. These ones do stay open. They're on a slightly lighter quality of paper as well, so we were able to reduce the costs. And they're in black and white as well. So previously we had them in color, they're in black and white now, to reduce the cost for you at the end of the day. So that's the level 2 workbook. Now the level 2 is just a single workbook. For level 3, that's divided into weeks 1 to 3 and 1 to 6 and weeks 7 to 12, so that it's a manageable size for the children. And again, that has the practitioner guidance linked through the QR code at the top. So that takes you straight to the digital practitioner guidance booklet. And then level 4, that again is a single workbook. Practitioner guidance again is linked through the QR code at the top. Level 5 is in 3 workbooks. So you've got one for weeks 1 to 10, one for weeks 11 to 20, and one for weeks 21 to 30. So the activities now, something that you'll notice in our workbooks is the activities become progressively more difficult to match where the children are with their learning. So they become a little bit longer. The text that they're working with, they start to work with longer and longer passages of text. The font size starts to get smaller as the children become more able to read smaller size fonts. They still have practice for their formation. They still have lots of the same activities where they're reading and matching, or they are recognizing tricky words, finding the parts of the tricky words, activities that they used to be carrying out in the lessons. They can carry those out in the workbooks as a follow-up activity. So we've heard from some schools that they're using these as independent learning. Some schools do them as a teacher-led task. That's going to depend on the level of the children that you're working with and what their needs are. They are available as 3 different size of packs. So here's my level 6 one as well while we're here. So we've got the level 6. Again, that's in 3 different booklets, weeks 1 to 10, 2 to 20, 11 to 20, and 21 to 30. So yeah, so there's the size of packs that these ones come in. So you can buy them as a complete class pack of 30. We also do them as a pack of 10 for if you're in a setting that has smaller class sizes, or if you're perhaps working with a smaller group of children, or it might be that you need some to top up during the school year. And we also now do those as a set of one of each workbook. So the bundle that I actually ordered myself is the set of one of each workbook. So if you were homeschooling, or if you're tutoring, or if you're wanting to get these for one particular pupil, it comes with a complete set, one of every single workbook. So it's everything you need for all 5 of the levels from level 2 to level 6. So that is a complete bundle. So pricing on the workbooks is on the screen now. Each workbook has a slightly different price, because we've priced those as competitively as we possibly can to keep your costs down. We're here to try and help you to save you time and to make your life easier. So we've priced them individually based on the size and how many pages are in each book, so the costs are kept as low as possible. The best value is if you're able to buy packs of 30. That is the most cost-effective way of buying them. Yep. So if you buy the bundle of one set of each workbook is £38. So that comes with all 10 of the different workbooks. Now, something nice about the workbooks, those are available digitally. So if you wanted to have a look at the activities themselves, they're available on our homepage on twinkl.co.uk/phonics. You can actually have a look at each weekly workbook and see the activities and see what's inside them. There is one for every single week of teaching through level 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The convenience with the book is that they're all combined in one book. You don't have to do printing every single lesson. You've not got to worry about downloading those for every single lesson. They're all right there, one for each child, saving you all sorts of time and money on your printing costs. But if you wanted to have a look and see what they're all about, if you wanted to just download a few, you can download them from site and have a look at the actual activities. The content themselves and the lessons is exactly the same, but we've created these to try and save you time, save you energy. We know that time is precious, whether you're teaching in school, whether you're homeschooling or tutoring. We know that your time is really, really precious, and you haven't got ages to spend prepping and printing hundreds and hundreds of pieces of paper. So the idea is that if you know you're creating lots of those, we've tried to save you time and make them available as printed books. So those are my workbooks. So let's see. We'll move on to the next slide. So finally, I've got my Kit and Sam soft toy dolls. Now, we've waited a long time for these to be available. I know some teachers have been very patient with us, but they are now in stock with our fulfillment partners, ready to be sent out. If you have pre-ordered them, they should be on their way to you right now. So Kit and Sam come as a pair. You get both dolls for $47.99. They are completely bespoke. We've designed them ourselves. They came exactly to our specifications, so you can only get them through us. I'll show you a little bit about, I've got my ruler here to show you for size. So they're about 30 centimeters tall. That's Sam with the ruler there. She's slightly shorter than Kit, which is how they are in the stories, so that they're kind of true to life. So they're 30 centimeters tall, lovely soft felt boa fabric, imminently snuggleable. You're gonna want to give them a cuddle when they arrive. They've got real wool hair and real clothing. All their features are embroidered. They're really nice quality. I'll show you them as close as I can. So yeah, and those are in hand available at our fulfillment partner now to be shipped out. So do go and check those out. What was I going to say about the dolls as well? Yeah, so you can use them in your classroom. They might be something that you want to use as a reward for the children that are sitting really nicely on the carpet. They might be something that you do as a reward for someone to take home at the weekend if they've been the sort of star of the week or something like that. They might just be something that you use as part of your engagement in your phonics lessons. If you've got a lesson with Kit and Sam, you can have the children, interact and join in with the lesson. They might want to use them for just joining in with the story. I'm sure the uses are absolutely endless. You might put them in your continuous provision for children to use in their role play. But yeah, we're really, really excited about the dolls. So yeah, do go and check those out as well. Fantastic. So next thing is how to actually buy these resources. So everything that I've shown you today is available on our phonics store. So if you go to shop.twinkl.co.uk/collections/twinkl-phonics, you can also find them if you go to our homepage to twinkl.co.uk/phonics. There's a big green button at the top that says, in fact, I will show you. Give me a moment, I'll put it on my screen so you can see how to find that from our landing page, from our homepage. Give me just a moment and I will show you this tab. So this is our landing page that you get to at twinkl.co.uk/phonics. And so as you see right here in the middle, if you click on order physical resources, it should take you to our store. And this shows you the two ways that you can order the resources. So through the Twinkl store, this will take you to our e-commerce site, so you can actually place the orders yourselves. You can choose options for quantities, fill in all of your details, and have those sent directly to you. There are a few other resources on there that you'll find. Have a little look around. We've got other resources from Twinkl Study Squad, books from Twinkl's Originals. All of our Rhino Readers books are available there as well. And yeah, you can have a browse and see all the different options. The other thing that you can do, and can I go backwards? How can I go back? So the other way here it shows you is that you can use, you can go through our schools team. So it shows you here how to get in touch with Twinkl Schools. There's a phone number or an order form you can fill out. And schools will be help if you're at a school, they will help you with placing your orders as well to make sure that those get delivered to the right place. They can help you with things like VAT reporting as well. So they are absolute experts in working with schools to make sure you've got what you need. So the two ways that you can get these phonics resources into your hands are through our schools team or through our Twinkl store. I'm going to hop back to the presentation. Okay, and just a reminder again that UK postage and packing is free. So the price that you see is exactly the price that you'll pay for shipping within the United Kingdom. Yeah, do get in touch with the schools team to help you with your order, or order yourself through the store. So I've left a bit of time aside at the end to answer your questions. I haven't managed to pick up on every question that came through the chat. I will have a quick look at those now. And if anyone has any other questions, once I've had a look at the questions through the chat, I'm more than happy for you to use the raise your hand feature. And I'll try and get to everybody's questions before we finish today.